Bula. Bula Vinaka, Bula Jade. Isa. Nataka niyo Bula Vinaka Tiko. Aloha, my Hawaii. Vinaka nasema tiko mai. Iya, Bula Re. Isa. Bula Vinaka Rasti Ralulu. Naka nasema mai ndo Bula Vinaka. Siga varombu ketit ngoi ke Hawaii. Siga bitu nakaloko. Nakabali puna nomuni sema mai ndo tale na kabinaka ni Talanoa. Kat cukunan raki Hawaii. Wakatunga na raki mai viti iyo. Isang sutsara ni kata-kata me sivia sianga ni mbata-mbata me mbata-mbata sivia wakai baru tasartuna. Boleh Vinaka kinky headed. Boleh Vinaka nasema mai. Iya, tos juga na nanda Talanoa Talanoa ni na ulutanga ya odeo yao. Odeo yao. Oi. Ini siapa sar cukup mesuba. Naka Jade, Rasti Ralulu, Ranioni Bolanga na puno ni sema tikumikina, Kinky Headed, ndo balata nga mai na puno ndo sema tikumikina. Kalau Jade sema cukup mesuba, Boleh Vinaka, nakabali puna nanda Talanoa ni ko na tambangon singatang ndo dakatiko na Talanoa na Facebook. Na Talanoa weekend beka na irabeka na kasi rake iyo usang madani torarau na namdo tambayan baki yang ngoni salanga ni Talanoa bi ranay tambangoni so nangona ndren beka merataro bi ranang kasi rake se meraduriani na Talanoa ni oira na sama tua wayang baki se matum beka na non ramula ono no makina me doanga nangona ni Talanoa ni kua menda Talanoa takina na bimbi ni kenda i tuku Macau. No di Talanoa Macau. Boleh Vinaka Wanga Family Farm. Boleh Vinaka. Iya. Toga ibita chunga mai na buno ni siama tiku mekina. Pambula sar chuka ni be kemdo na siama rau mai na kabin ko. Vinaka ba lebu no sara teka bu Talanoa sarayani na buku ni ulutanga chuka na odeo yao na odeo yao na madha wa tolu saoti sa lakumikina na Talanoa ni odeo yao kwa na keni matai na rede chuka na evanta no bartak mandani bikimni sebega bikimdo wa segani ati kumbeka na Talanoa iliu ngona kena usando wa se chuka bira na nungungoni buli ngoni buli lebu sa chuka ngoni buli au sa bata buli vir chuka na besi burubura lebu sarera sema sar chuka mai Nilandi bida na ngoni buli chuka sar ngome New Zealand bida talangara chuka talanga mi Australia ndongo sangete ko bungo me kero buli na siglo tole bona madamengo ko ya sustuka mai viti susu mai viti wakavia iyo kla kambia kwa kwenya sudu mai Australia sudu mai Australia sanga lista libiti Boleh Vinaka Jara isa Boleh Vinaka I'm sure you're logging in from Wellington thank you so much for joining in on my Friday Talanoa. It's actually Friday here in Hawaii, so it's Friday at 7. So if it's something that works well with young people on this platform. So I will be speaking in both the Vasavakaviti and the English language in order to reach out to our young ones and talk about issues or topics that a lot of you may not ask any of your relatives for various reasons. I was young too, like you. There will be some questions you want to ask, and you may not want to, talk to your auntie or maybe ask your mom or even your grandparents. So I hope that this forum is a good forum to, to be able to talk about topics or anything that you may be interested in. So you're welcome to send me ideas and topics. Yes, Wanga Family Farm, saan din to sema sarcho ko may lambasa, doon pula siya nakabakalevo na siya mati ko may lambasa. Nitaki ni doon pula binakatiko na pupala na Wanga may lambasa. If you can write down, for those of you who've just joined, like Jara and Vanin Roca and Lawan Beauty 03, if you can just write down which part of the world you are logging in from. This is quite exciting. Last week we had someone logging in from England, a family logging in from Canada, a few from Australia and New Zealand, and Fiji. There was a beautiful girl logging in from Lautoka, the sugar city. Vinaka. Is Dolan Ravi, Tau Vanin Roca. Is Bula Vinaka, Lawan Beauty logging in from Sydney. Wow. Okay, so there's a few others joining in now. Dina Viti Tavenga Tave. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. Oi, Mongolia. Oh, don't follow me, Mongolia. Yes. Oh, wow. This is really, really cool. And Dombula Vinaka, Mems Rocco joining in just now. So, Dombula Vinaka, Mems Rocco. So, those of you who've just joined, just say where you're logging in from. So we know. Wow. So now we know Fiji, Sydney. For Fiji, it's Suva and Lambasa. Yay. Lambasa in the house and Suva in the house. And then we've got Mongolia. Oh my goodness. And Brisbane. So it's really nice to see all of you joining in today. So it's Friday here in Hawaii. So I wanted to see whether, we could do a Friday Talanoa at 7. So I hope I'll try and word it in such a way that you can remember. And then you can connect the time zone to wherever you are logging in from. But it's my Friday. And I usually like Fridays here in Hawaii because I don't teach on Fridays. Fridays are like my research days, days that I can chill and read and go down to the sea and swim, go down to the beach and just, watch the birds, the Ndilio bird or the Mbelo, and just, try and reflect on life. As we know, we're living in a very hard time right now, with COVID-19. So, Bula Vinaka, to all of you who've just joined in, I really, really appreciate it. So, I'm going to show you the charts that we've been talking about. I know during the Fijian Language Week, my daughter actually created my chart. So I have to really acknowledge my daughter, Merawe Rita Punindil, who is actually the owner of Mbati Boutique. Mbati Boutique. It's a jewelry online shop. She creates and designs her own jewelry, and it has Fijian words on it. So she started now with 14 provinces and Rotuma. And she's receiving custom orders now. So if you want any special kind of necklace, so now I'm actually wearing Hanua Hente. This was sent over by Mary Wesley in San Francisco. So if you're wanting to buy some really, really cool earrings, you're most welcome to contact Hanua Hente. And it's really, really reasonably priced. Really, really beautiful. I love wearing this necklace and supporting our Fijian women in business. And Bati Boutique, my daughter, she has all the provinces in Fiji. So wherever you're from, if you're from Laos, I'm looking at Lawan Beauty, you can contact my daughter. Find her on Bati Boutique on Instagram. And you can purchase your beautiful earrings Yeah, she's got Viti, Uro, and Bula, and also all the different necklaces in all the different provinces. And she's creating some more. Okay, so if you are, from any of these beautiful provinces, please, she's gonna do like a hashtag. Oh, you are the one then. Vinaka Biti, thank you so much for your support. Wow, she was telling me that there's a young girl in Sydney who bought quite a few from her. So you're the one. Oh, Vinaka. I will mention it to her. Vinaka Valevulongurlewa, thank you for supporting her. And did you like it? Did you like what you bought, your necklace and your earrings? Yeah? Oh, Vinaka Vale for your support. Lawan Beauty 03, really appreciate. I let her know that you are online today. Bula Vinaka Koroisake, thanks for joining in. So, Vinaka Lawan Beauty, yes, thank you. Yes, so she's making some more. She's quite a very determined young Namosi girl, very hard-headed. Kwalanavatu. And so she's making some more jewelry. So if you have some ideas that that might help her continue her business down the line of jewelry creation, please drop her a line. She'll love to have some ideas from you. Okay, all right, I'm going to turn this camera around. Vinaka Level for joining in. I know you all are very busy people. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to just turn this for the ones who've just joined in. So remember this? Yeah, the Odeoyao posters. So my daughter Merawai made this. So Odeoyao. So on week 1, we did the Nayavangu. Yeah, so for me, I did Nayavangu o Tarisi. Ngone ni Kandavu. Na nongu koro o Natokalau. Na nongu koro ni wasu o Nukunuku. Tavuki Kandavu, na nongo matenitu o Murambasanga. Yeah? So I'm sure all of you will know all about this. Yeah? So your name, Vangu, where you're from. Usually we put a province here, so you kind of start with a bigger picture, so to speak. So you go province, and then you go straight to your village. Depending on where you're from, we were talking about it in the last 2 sessions, that some parts of Vanuatu in the Yasano Madhuata, they sometimes trace their lineage through their mother. Okay, so it's matrilineal. So depending on where you're from, but majority of Fiji is patrilineal. So Nongu Koro over here will be where your father is from. Okay, and even if your father is from Italy or from Germany, America or England, that's where you have to put down where your dad's from. Okay? And then Nongu Koroniwasu will be where your mother is from. Okay, Nongu Koroniwasu, that's a very important part. We were talking about it last week with our session about the connections to your mom. Yeah, so our mother, they do play a very important role, and we were talking about it last week that our Vasu, they are always with you when you were born, and they will be the last people to see you until you enter the grave. Okay, so they're usually the ones that will be, they usually be the last ones to touch your body or your coffin. They will be the last ones. So their mats and their masi and everything they will bring will go with you into the grave. So that makes our Koronivasu, so special. And then you have your matinitu. Yeah? So your matinitu, anybody remember the matinitu here? Yeah? I'll keep pressing this before it slips. Yeah, so matinitu. Yeah, so matinitu, Bulabinaka Jade, the Aun Robe. Yes, Bulabina Jade, Vinaka Lebu for logging in today. Yeah? And representing the Aun Robe in our session today. So Nanongo Matintu, please write down here how many Matintus we have in Fiji. And what is the Matintu? Yeah? If you want to share that, please let me know. And just type on the comment link. what is a matinitu and how many matinitu do we have in Fiji? Okay, if you know it, type it in the comment section. Okay, so today we'll be talking about chart number 3. So this is just like a revision. So for those of you who've just joined in, welcome to our Talanoa session. Okay, so that's for the first one. So anyone knows how many matinitus and what does the word matinitu mean? Jade or Lawan Beauty? How would we translate matinitu? Yeah, I'll wait. Whoever wants to answer me, that'll be great. Yeah, don't be shy. Koroisake, Vinaka, Lawan Beauty, and Jade. What would be the Fijian, the English word for matinitu? Vinaka. Yeah, Vinaka Wanga family, farm, yeah, confederacy, Vinaka Wakalevu. And Jade, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, so Vinaka Wanga family farm, confederacy. So matinitu, if somebody asks you, what is your matinitu? That means it is your confederacy. Okay, and we have 3. Okay, so Jade, you from the Aunrobe. Which one? What is your confederacy, Jade? You and Lawan Beauty. What is your confederacy? If you can just type it down, that'll be great. And Vinaka as well, Jara, for buying your jewelry from Bati Boutique. Thank you so much for supporting Merawai Rita. She really, really appreciates the love and support from all of you. Especially our young Fijians, young women and young men. Yeah, Vinaka. Vinaka Jade, yes. Yeah, so it's Tovata. Looks like there's a lot of you Tovata in the room tonight. So definitely. Yeah, so Tovata. And for me, I'm from Kandavu. So my matinitu will be Mburembasanga. Yeah? So that's the second one. Now who knows the third one? We have Tovata and Vinaka, okay, Vinaka Dinaviti. So we have Tovata and Mburembasanga. What is our third matinitu? What is our third matinitu or confederacy? Okay, boleh Vinaka Petty, Nakabalevo na Sema Mai. Yeah? Right, Vinaka Wanga family, Kumbuna. Yeah? So here, yeah, the matinitu here. So we have Tovata, Mburembasanga, and Kumbuna. So remember that. So that's a revision for chart number 1. And now we're going to go to chart number 2. Okay, so this is the second one that we talked about last week. So this one here, the important thing for you to remember for chart number 2, this is more like the surface. Like this is like the introducing yourself for the first time for people who, the audience that is just like people from different parts of Fiji and you may not know them. So that's why you just say your sana, aungone ni Kandavu, say aungone ni the Aunrobe. Ni Lau. So just say your Yasana. This should be fine. Now, you're going to go to the second one. This one here is more like now you entering your village. That's how I say it. So now you're going to go to your province. For me, Nanongo Yasana o Kandavu. Nanongo Tikina o district. Yahweh. Nanongo Yavusa o Rauni. Nanongo Matangali o Naingani, Nanongo Toka o Narona. So I'm going to translate it for those of you who may not be familiar. Yasana is your province, Tikina is your district, Yabusa. See, these three here, now you're in your village. Every village has a Yabusa, tribe, Matangali, clan, and Toka Toka, your family unit. Okay? So your family unit is like a group of your uncles. Eh? Your dad's brothers or your grandfather's brothers, all their sons. They form the Toka Toka. Eh? And each of those Toka Toka, maybe 3 or 4, when they join together, they form a Matangali. I'm just kind of, saying it loosely. It may not be exactly like that for some villages, but generally that's how it works. And then the combination of Matangali forms a Yabusa. Okay? So just remember that. Toka Toka, Matangali, and Yabusa. Okay, so it's very important. Everybody in the room today, you must know this. Okay? Right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. So now we're going to go to the third one. This is the main point of why we're meeting today. So now we're looking at Nanongui the Wuti, or Nanongui tutu wakavanua na, Nanongu kau na, Nanongu manu manu na, Nanongu ika na. Okay? So all of you should know this. Okay? So can you please make sure you put your thumbs up like that. If you know at least 1 or 2 of this. Okay? And let's be honest. Yeah, some of us may not know, and that's okay. Right? That's okay. Right? No one is perfect in this world. Yeah? Even for me, most of the stuff I don't know, and that's why I do my research, I read, I ask my brothers, I message them, I ask my dad, and that's why asking questions is so important. Yeah? So don't be shy to ask questions. Okay? So, Nanongui the Wuti. Yeah? So the Wuti, now the Wuti here, it's like your title. Yeah? Or somehow for the children that I teach at the moment, I kind of tell them that it's like a code. Yeah, like a code that you are known for. And it comes in different levels. So the Wuti can be for the province. The Wuti can be for your tikina, and the Wuti can be for your vanua. Yeah? Oh, Vinaka and Dinaviti, very good. Yeah? So put your thumbs up if you know at least 1 or 2. Yeah, you don't have to know everything. Okay? That's a nice reminder to tell everybody. You don't have to know everything. If you know at least 1, if you know your ika, if you know your manu manu, if you know your cow, or tutu wakavanua, or the Wuti, 1, at least 1. I'm happy. Yeah? And even if you don't know any of that, that's okay. You can ask your relatives. That's why you have your aunts and your tatalilai, your nanalilai, your ne, your momo, and all your tavales and your cousins. Ask them, and they can help you. Like, let's go to the top one. Yeah? So you're the Wuti or Vinaka. Yeah, the Wuti is sort of like the code name for you and for your family. Not really for you personally, but where you come from. So the people, your people, will be given a certain Wuti. Okay? Okay? Just to give you an example, for Kandavu, the Wuti for our Yasana is Nadolase. Nadolase. Okay? So Lawan Beauty and Wanga family and Dinaviti and Miri, Bulavinaka Mere, so she just joined us now. Let me know what is your Vuti for your province. Yeah? So, Bulavinaka Mel's Fiji, welcome. Welcome to the class. So, the Vuti, that one is for the Esano Kandavu, Nadolase. And then we have the Vuti for my Tikina. The Wuti for my tikina is Valendeinga. So, maybe I'll go through it now, and then we can have a Talanoa session. Is that okay? Yeah, is that okay? So, cow. Yeah, so this one would be very easy for most of you. Your cow would be what's your cow? Can you write it down? What your cow is? Yes, if you know your cow or what cow means, please write it down. And also write down what your manu is, or what is manu and ika. Yeah? So this is the third part that we'll be talking about today. Okay? Oi, Vinaka Miri. Oi. Okay? So, Miri, Lele, are you from Kandavu? Which part of Fiji are you from? Yeah, so let me know where you're from. That'll be great, so we can talk about this. This is actually my favorite part of our session. Okay? So, back to me. Level for joining in. Yeah? And so, yeah, so it was really interesting for me to have Merwai, share that information with me, and to have everyone. I think it was shared by so many young people that the Odewayao chats, part 1, part 2, and part 3. Oh, Vinaka, iyo. Vinaka nakaseleka na kornao. Oi, Leila, iyo. So usually for, let me see, for Kandavu, iyo. For you and I, Miri, Vinaka. Yeah, so Miri and I, we're both from Kandavu. So, so you're from Nakoronao, Tikina nakaseleka. Yes. So it'll be Vakaturanga ki Nambala. Vakaturanga ki Nambala wana turanga na tuina kasa. Very good. Oi, Vinaka Miri. So there you go. So those are some of the wuti I was talking about. For the different tikina, for the asana. Okay, Dombula Vinaka. Wow, there's more people joining in. Very good. Okay, so Bula Torika. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, we've been talking about the part 3 of the chart. So if you've just joined in, Guy, Peter, Laura, you can watch my replay. Yeah, you can watch the when I put up the video. Yeah, so we were just going through the wuti. Yeah, Bula, Laura, the Bula Vinaka Northern Territory of Australia. Naka and Torika is logging in from Sydney. Vinaka. So we were just talking about the wuti. What is the importance of the wuti? So the wuti is like a title, a indigenous coded name or title for your Vanua. So instead of saying Kandavu, they often say, Sa Dombula Vinaka na maramani na dolasi. Isn't that beautiful? It's very poetic, right? Yeah. So when somebody's listening, and there's a group of us girls sitting, and then they all know that we're all from Kandavu. So instead of saying, hey, Dombula na maramani Kandavu. If someone knows Awi the Wuti for Kandavu, they'll say, hey, Sa Dombula Vinaka na maramani na dolasi. So na dolasi, it's like a whole title that brings Kandavu together. And then that's for the Tikina of Tavuki in Kandavu, because that's where our chief is, our Tutavuki. The Tutavuki is the chief of the whole of Kandavu. Paramount chief, I should say, because there's other chiefs in other different Tikinas. And so for Miri just volunteered. Thank you, Miri. Miri is from Nakasaleka. And she was saying that because she's from Nakasaleka, the title that, or the wuti for them is Vakaturanga Kinambala, Kiwa na Turanga na Tuinakasa. So for me, it'll be Vakaturanga ki Valendeinga, Kiwa na Turanga na Tuyawe. Isn't that amazing? And so the Wanga family have just mentioned theirs, Vinakavalevu Wanga family, Vakaturanga ki Vaumatan Kiwa na Turanga na Tuimaduata. Wow, very nice. See? Now we're getting into the whole Talanoa and discussion. So if you know your the wuti, please write it in. So Joyful Tia wants to know where she's from in Kandavu. Well, you're from Mwani. Yeah, you're from Mwani. So your Tikina is Rabitaki, right? Rabitaki, tikina rabitaki. So tikina rabitaki will be vakaturanga kina manusa. Yes. When all these places makes me think of my mom. Makes me think of my mom. Well, she's passed on now, but she always talk about that. So joyful Tia. So since you're from Rabitaki, tikina Rabitaki, tikina vas o koro Rabitaki, tikina makawa is Rabitaki. Yes. Ki wakaturang kina manusa. Ki wana turanga na tuya Rabitaki. Saan dina? Okay, dina viti. Woo, saya orto may nandi. Dolo bina. Nakabu may nandi. So let me see if I know this. So you will be, so Nandi is, what is your province, Tau? From Nandi? Yes. Nakalora. Okay, Torika is from Nangara in Ono. So let me go first to Nandi. Laura is my niece here, so from Natokalau. So, so Nandi, Tau. What's your village again, Tau? I'm just going through the list. Nakavu, So Nandi, Nakavu. Sandina. So your Tikina Wo is Tikino Nandi. So you also have Sikituru. So you under the Tikina Wo of Nandi. Nakavu, yours is Navatulevu. Navatulevu, Vakaturanga ki Navatulevu ki wana momo na tui Nandi. Yes, make sure you write it down, Tau. Salintende na muchuki Mongolia. Sa ngule tava, Iya. Okay, so there you go, So, namde da vutia, Vakaturanga ki Navanua na Vatulevu ki wana momo na tui Nandi. So for Natokalau yawe kandavu, Laura, you should know. So Buna, so for us is for the Tikina yawe is Vakaturanga ki Valendeindenga ki wana turanga na tui yawe. But if you go into the Koro, it'll be Vakaturanga ki wana na tui Rauni. That's in our village, in Natokalau. Yahusa or Rauni. So we normally refer that to Navanua Vakaturanga, or Rauni. So that's for Natokalau in Kandavo. And so Torika Mbolatangidi, Nangara in Ono, So let me see. What do I have for Ono? So yours is, Reva. So your Tikina Vakovata, you previously were in Nakasaleka. So, Tikina Vakovata is Nakasaleka, but your Tikina Macau is Ono. Yes. Okay, so yours Nangara. Korobambea. Vakaturanga ki Navanua Korobambea ki wana marama na tuyono. Ki wana marama na tuyono. So it's interesting for Ono, they have a woman who is the tuyono. So in some places in Fiji, like the marama na tuimba, I think also at one point, I wasn't sure whether Andy Senimilidaya was also a tui. She was holding a position. Big point there, that in some places in Fiji, we have women who are holding on to positions of power. So it's not just men. So women as well can possess those positions as tui. So the marama na tuyono is there's a lady who is the tuyono at the moment. Very nice. Okay. So Vinaka level for asking those questions. I hope that's clear. And then you have your tutu vakavanua. Your tutu vakavanua is like your role. Tutu vakavanua is your traditional role. So for me, I'll give myself as an example. So for me, in my village, in Natokalau, where I'm from, we are the Mbati. So the Mbati, we are the warriors. Yeah? So we are the protectors of the Vanua, and we are the protectors of the chief. Yeah? And also for the Mbati, there's two groupings of Mbati. There's Mbati Mbalabu and there's Mbati Leka. And the Mbati Leka, these are the bodyguards of the Turanga. Yeah, interesting, eh? Very organized, the Fijian society. The Mbati Mbalabu, these are the warriors that guards the periphery of the Koro or the Vanua. Yeah, so sometimes in certain provinces, the Turanga selects very strong warriors, the whole family, to go and live in villages at the edge of their Vanua. Eh? Like in our case of Natokalau, myself and Lorraine, who is also online, our village is actually we're right on the edge of the district of Yahweh. So naturally, we belong to the Mbati. Yeah, to Tuvaka Vanua. So we are the Mbati. We are the protectors of the Vanua. We are the protectors of the Turanga. And it's interesting, I was sharing it with one of my classes with a group in the United Kingdom, and we were talking about how some of these Tutuvaka Vanua, they still remain true today. You know, like for example, some of you maybe write down which Tutuvaka Vanua you belong to. Can you write it down? So I'm Mbati. Yes, I'll put my hand up, I'm Mbati. So Lorraine, Torika, Dinaviti, Joyful Tia, Lawan Beauty, if you can write down your Tutuvaka Vanua. Because that'll be nice for us to know what Tutuvaka Vanua you belong to. If you know them, if you don't, that's fine. But as I was saying earlier on, you don't have to know everything. Yeah. If you don't know some things, that's when you can ask your family, and they'll help you. Cow. Yeah, your cow is your tree. Yeah, no cow. Many of our families, over centuries, for so many generations, we were connected to certain plants and animals. And that was the belief back in the day. Yeah, it's like their belief is we are connected with our environment. Yeah, so when our ancestors or when our grandparents pass away, they finish off, they don't live anymore with us, but they live through what you see outside. Through the trees, through the flowers, through the animals. Isn't that beautiful? And that's something that we need to appreciate. Yeah? Vinaka Miri. Okay, so Laura, we are definitely related. Jade. Mbete. Vinaka. Vinaka Vakalevu Jade. Jade Tutu Vakabono Mbete. Manu Manu Navanga. Wow. And Kauvesi. Well done. Okay, Vinaka Vakalevu. And Miri mentioned Tuilololo na Vunivalu Kenambala. Sandina. Wow, Vinaka Vale for sharing, Miri. I really, really appreciate it. Yes, so Laura and I, yes, so we're both from the same family, so we are the Mbati. Yes, so we are the warriors. And so it's very important for our young ones today to know how connected our ancestors were to their environment. That's something I always admire. When, even though our tutu and our bumbu, our tai, our tua, our pu, sometimes, we often say, they didn't go to school, they're not well educated. To me, I don't think that's important for them. When you look at them, it's not what credentials you have. What's important is for you to know who you are. That counts, and that's important. I think it's the same for all indigenous people around the world. Yeah, knowing who you are and knowing how you connected to the Vanua. Okay, And and knowing your manu and your ika and your cow, and sometimes, people often say to me, because, I work in the museum field, people often say, oh, those are old things, and, those are things that are not important. I mean, we're all different. Some people feel it's not important, and, they have every right to believe what they want to believe in. But for me, I think it's really critical that, we need to know these things. And for those of us who are parents, we need to teach our children this. They need to know. And if you don't know, you can start writing it down. Just to share with you a quick story before we finish our session, because it's only meant to be half an hour. I've gone over time. And so, Vinaka lyric. And so, what I was, or what we did with our children, Rita and Merawai, and Leo, my two children, their dad actually printed out a copy of their Volani Kaumbula. Volani Kaumbula. Vinaka Bakalebuanga family, Saan Dina, Tutu Sauturanga. Kau Mbombua, Manu Vanga. Wow, Vinaka Vakalevu. Thank you for sharing. Ika Ngio. Wow, Totoka. And then the Wanga family farm mentioned their Kakana Vakaturanga. Na Wundi, Kenei Doi Nakai. Thank you, Vinaka Vakalevu. Isa. Vinaka level to the Wanga family, and to those of you who shared your information. It's really a privilege, and I just want to say Vinaka level for sharing that information with me. And you're welcome, Ferrum. I think that's important that we tell our children. So Mr. Bunindilo, who's originally from Namosi, when we had our daughter, she's 21. She just turned 21 yesterday, and on Wednesday, and my son is 19. So when they were little, their dad actually went over to the office of the Native Land Commission, NLCA, where there's a Volani Kaumbula office, and actually printed out a copy of the Volani Kaumbula. And he printed 2 copies, and he, cut nicely the information, and then he put it into a photo album. Maybe this is something that some of you who are parents that are listening in, you can do this with your children. So he printed it from the computer, and then he put it inside the photo album. So Merawai has her own photo album, so as Leo. And inside the photo album was their information. All of this. They're the Puti, Tutu Bakabanua, Kau, Manumanu, Ika, and the information from their genealogy, so who are their parents, their grandparents, on both sides. From my side in Kandavu and their side from Namusi. Isn't that amazing? So now they know when they were little, every time we have visitors coming into the house, I used to remember this. They used to run to their room and get the photo album to share with whoever visits our house. And they'll open up the photo album and say, oh, Auntie, you want to see who I am? you wanna see all my info? And then they will tell the story. They were little. They were 3 and 5, I remember. So, maybe that's something we can take out from our session today, So, something like an action. Let's do some action. So, if you are in Fiji, please try and print a copy of your Volani Kaumbula, your genealogy. You have every right to access it. Make sure you know your Matangali, and you tell the person who is at the desk at the Ministry of Fijian Affairs, and they will print out a copy for you. Okay?
It has to like for the children, although like Leah was born in New Zealand, Rita came from Fiji when she was 1, but although they're born and raised overseas, they feel strongly attached to Fiji. They call themselves Fijians more than like being born overseas. There's kind of like a gap where a lot of kids like like Eramandua, like because of their lack of they knowing about them. But once you got all those information, your mindset starts to change.
Yeah.
Your perspective. Eh?
I think your sense of belonging,
You get more confident and you know who you really are.
Vinaka. So that's to end our Talanoa today. That's just something that Mr. Bunindilo just shared. So it's very important that for us as parents to share your information with your children, and that's one action that you could do. Print out a copy of your Volani Kaumbula, and you just ask. I think it's $2. $2. To have information given to you, and to cut them up nicely, trim it nicely, put it inside a photo album, and have it accessible so that your children can see it all the time. Or even print a copy and put it on your wall. Yeah? Because that information, and you teach it to your children. So, because it's very important that your children know it. They have to visualize it, they have to see it, and they have to know it. And as what Mr. Bunindilo said, even though my son was born in New Zealand, my daughter was 1 when we moved over, they feel more Fijian when they see those kind of things. They see the real copy of the Volani Kaumbula. See? The Volani Kaumbula is not like a secret room, in the Itoke ministry. No. That information is actually the information about your Vuvale and your Yasana, your Wusa, your Tokotoko, your Matangali. It should be information that you should be talking about every day. Don't be shy about it, and don't try and hide it from your children, because your children deserves to know. So that's all I want to share with you all. Vinaka Levu for joining me this afternoon. I know it's Saturday in Australia and in Fiji, and it's only still Friday here in Hawaii. So Vinaka Levu for joining with me for this short Talanoa. Sorry we've gone over time. It's supposed to be only half an hour. Because of the interest and the Talanoa. Yes, I really enjoyed that. So I hope that those of you who came in a little bit late, you can be able to check out my whole video after this. I will post it up live onto Instagram TV and also on my YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Vinaka, Talanoa with Dr. T on YouTube. And I will be posting up videos. So, for your information, for those of you who have children, Torika Mbolatangidi, the Wanga family farm, Vinaka Vakalevu Jade, yes. So, Vinaka from Malevani. And so, if you think that these sessions are important for us to meet every Saturday on your side, and if on my Friday, let me know. Send me a message and say, yes, it's a good idea. And we can just have our Talanoa with our youths, our young ones. And I will speak in English. Because I know some of our young ones that join in here, part European, part Chinese, part Indian, and part Rotuman, and some Rotumans, and, different ethnic groups. And so I thought speaking in English would be a good way so I can reach you wherever you are, and talk a lot about these things and be easily understandable by those who are listening in. Vinaka Sara. Isa. Okay. So if you have your grandmothers that are still alive, your grandfathers, please talk to them, interview them, get information from them. Just have a nice Talanoa, make them a nice cup of tea, and ask. Because some elders that I spoke to, they mentioned to me, oh, my grandchildren never ask. See? You have to ask. If you don't ask, how will they answer the questions that you have if you don't ask them? Okay? So make sure you ask. Don't be shy. Okay? Nakavakalevu, go on my YouTube channel, Talanoa with Dr. T. I will check your names. If you don't subscribe, I will email you. Okay, Nakavakalevu, everybody. Thank you so much, and I will see you all next week. Let me know if you are interested to continue our Friday at 7 session. Vinaka, Madimanda, thank you so much for joining.